Welcome back everyone, it's FNews57 here. I'm back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One with one more video right before Mod 14 releases on console. So what I will be doing is I will be opening all of my claim experience rewards. These are our overlevel rewards. Now you remember I did a video like this right before Mod 13 released on console because they nerfed the drop rate for rough AD, and since they will be nerfing our amount of rough AD that we can refine per day, I will go ahead and open all of my XP rewards now during the 2x refining stones event so that we can make as much from these rewards as possible. Now right now it takes about 100,000 even XP to get an overlevel reward, so I would recommend you guys do the same if you have any. I'll give you the total number of rewards that I open and the total number or total amount of rough AD that I get when I'm done with this. So I'm basically just going to chainsaw them. As you guys know, on my wizard, I do have a number of items already. A number of rough AD. I actually have 359,000 rough AD remaining from the last time I did this. So let's go ahead and find out how many overlevel rewards I actually have. And of course you can get black opals, you can get a single black opal, a single flawless sapphire. That's why you open these during a 2x refining stones event, because a single flawless sapphire is just annoying, or 5 black pearls. That's just annoying. But all of this refinement is unbound. You also get Tomes of Companion XP, which, I mean, they're useful for companions. Tomes of XP, which you could use to get more overlevel rewards or level up alternate characters. And of course, what we were shooting for, the 30,000 rough astral diamonds. Now that drop rate is lower. It's approximately 10% of what it originally was. So I would say it's roughly about a 2% chance of getting them. But I did just get 2 out of 18 overlevels. Now, that might sound like a lot of overlevels, but keep in mind that it only takes 100k XP to get an overlevel. It used to take 1.7 million. So we literally get 17 overlevels for the same amount of XP that we got prior to Mod 13. Thereby, at the end of the day, I believe the rough AD equation works out to be about the same. I'm not really looking for the tomes of experience because they don't help me too much, and I don't really need the refinement points too much. What I would like right now is as much rough AD as I could possibly get. However, with that being said, once we get Mod 14, these refinement points are definitely going to be the way to go. And I'm just going to kind of chainsaw the rest of these because it doesn't really matter whether you open them one at a time. We got some more AD there. It doesn't matter what zone you go to open them. I found that my RNG is about the same on these everywhere. Oh, there's another rough AD reward. I'm going to have hundreds of these. I'm just going to show you how many of these you technically can have. Now, since I'm recording this roughly 18 days prior to the launch of Mod 14, I have the ability to refine safely 612,000 rough AD per character. Any more than that will be kind of a waste. I've already got over 400 overlevels. This is crazy. But then again, this is my main character. Alright, so I have 638,000 rough AD now, with still more overlevels to go. And I might be out, or I might be out of inventory space, one of the two. But that was roughly 490 overlevels. It's like more than double what I had on my wizard before Mod 13. Yep, that's all of them. I've got all of these stacks of flawless sapphires, stacks of black pearls, stacks of companion, tomes of experience, and regular tomes of experience. We had enough to make a full stack of black opals, plus 3/4 of a stack of black opals. This is just, there's a ton of stuff here. And like I said, with these tomes of companion XP, it's really up to you. You could just sit there and chainsaw them if you wanted to get them out of your inventory instead of having to manually enter the discard text, because I don't believe they are actually a sellable item. But it is completely up to you what you want to actually do with these. You could save a couple stacks. They show up so frequently that they're not really worth it, though, in my opinion. Of course, all the refinement points are unbound, so you can sell them. And technically, you could go through and do the tomes of experience if you wanted to. Roughly 1 tome of experience, because of XP gain from guilds without a double XP event, is roughly 6,000 XP. So if we go through a entire stack of these books, you should see roughly 6 overlevels just from 1 stack of these books. Now, I would recommend when you're done opening all the books on an alt, because of the fact that, well, you don't really need more overlevels on your main. But I actually had enough to get 7 more overlevels, which was a nice little chunk of refinement. So in total, I had 497 with those books on my wizard. Now, how we're going to go ahead and do this is we're going to switch to alts, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Reason being behind this, you want as much of that rough AD as you can possibly get prior to mod 14. Now, my alts, they're not going to have as many overlevels on them. They might not even get hardly any rough AD. That guy had 57 overlevel rewards on him, which that isn't really a whole lot. It's an alright number, but it's definitely not a whole lot. However, keep in mind that those overlevel rewards came solely from invocation. Nothing else, just invocation. Now, on my paladin, he's going to be able to have more overlevel rewards. That's because I actually play this character. My control wizard had so many overlevel rewards due to the fact that he gets played a lot. Now, I might have just run out of inventory space, because unfortunately, you can't open them. Oh no, I didn't run out of inventory space. So that guy had 110. That's not bad. I'm definitely getting a little bit of rough AD. I'm not getting as much rough AD as when I did this during right before mod 13. I'll probably get 1 or 2 rough AD per tune. Nope, nothing from this guy. That was 53. Pretty much every one of my alts is going to have about 50 plus, it looks like. About 50 plus overlevels. And of course you get your power points. Or anybody who still needs power points, you have a chance to get power points when opening overlevel rewards. It's not guaranteed. The maximum usable amount of power points is 124, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I actually have 125 on my control wizard. There we go. We just got another invoke done and another overlevel reward on this character, who only had 43. This is where it starts to make a difference. The reason why you'll notice that a lot of my alts, as we go down the list, have various numbers of overlevel rewards is due to the fact that their XP gain gear is different. Now, I was in the process of getting somewhat decent XP gain gear on all of my alts. But it's not really worth it to do at this time going in to Mod 14. The reason being on that, because the rough AD that you get on alts, just, it'll be a waste. Especially for anybody who salvage farms. Really, if you farm any dungeon, the rough AD on your alts isn't really going to be viable for you. But you'll notice that we're going down the list, and each one of these alts is getting kind of less and less overlevels on them. It's because of the cost of decking them out with XP gain gear. Also, a number of my alts are in a lower guild, and the XP boon is not as high. So if you wanted to like make maximum use of the overlevels and the AD and refinement that you could get from them, you would want to put your characters in the same guild, ideally a maxed guild or a guild with a maxed guild hall, at least for the XP boon, and then you'd be good to go. Because if you don't have that XP boon, it's going to be far less. And most of these characters only have like rank 5 Azor enchantments in their utility slots. Granted, there's little tricks that you can use. You know, you can use like higher rank Azors. You can make sure the character's in a guild. You can actually do quests. Doing quests is a very, very important aspect if you want to get even more overlevel rewards. But not everybody has time to do that. For instance, the character that I'm on right now had 26 overlevel rewards. Now, he had 26 due to the fact that he was in a maxed guild. That character I actually have in the guild that my main's in, so he has access to a max level XP boon, which means that he ends up getting more experience from professions and quests and anything like that. Same thing with this guy. He's in the max level guild as well. So, just depends on what you want to do. It also depends on how many invokes you get done. The more times you invoke per day, the more that you actually can get XP reward-wise. Now, I'm not going to go through and bore you guys by adding up all of the overlevels that I have. Just the ones that I've done so far equal over 600-700. If somebody does want to go through and add up every single overlevel total that I open and the amount of rough AD dropped, that is entirely 100% up to you. But I would be curious on that, and I would also be curious to see whether you guys think it's going to be worth doing the full 6 invokes on all of your characters in Mod 14. You will still be able to get a good amount of refinement points. I mean, just off of those few invokes, I got like 26 flawless sapphires and 18 black opals. That's not bad, but I do have to hold on to those until after the 2x refining stones event. The reason why I have to hold on to them till after the 2x event is due to the fact that right now all refinement points are super cheap. And I'd say most of my characters are averaging 1 overlevel reward, so it's not bad, but it's definitely not as good. I was getting like 1 or 2 overlevel rewards that rewarded rough AD on each one of my alts prior to Mod 13. So I would say it's kind of, it's an illusion. It feels like the drop rate isn't as good, and technically the drop rate is lower than what it was. However, at the end of the day, it works out to roughly the same, because the same amount of XP is now giving you more overlevels than what it used to. Unfortunately, console never got the premium time to do this, which was right original Mod 13, and PC had that for a little while when Mod 13 first launched. It only took a 100k XP to overlevel, yet the drop chance for the rough AD was normal, or it was the same as it was in Mod 12. So going into Mod 14, I'm trying to get the rough AD, because you guys know how much I play the game, you know how much I run on my main or my paladin. Even if I'm farming Cradle, just getting that salvage, getting 100,000 worth of salvage is very easy to do. Even running dungeons that don't drop that much salvage, it's super easy to do. So getting the rough AD on alts, the rough AD on the alts would literally just sit there. You'd never actually be able to make use of it unless you went on like vacation or something. I see now my Trickster, he's in a good guild with a higher level XP boon, so he got more overlevels. I've also done a few more quests on him. But yeah, I'd say the average is about 1 overlevel per, or 1 overlevel rewarding rough AD per character, if they have roughly 20. These ones that have like 16 or so don't have super good odds at getting a rough AD reward. I was mostly curious how many I was going to have on my wizard to see if I was going to have rough AD left over going into Mod 14, and it's definitely the case. So we'll just finish real quick, go through these characters as fast as possible to get the total number of rewards. If I can actually hit the right button. Obviously, they're all going to get power points, or they all should get 1 or 2 power points at least, which is a good thing if you are going to gear alts going into Mod 14 for things like the weekly quests, storming the castle, things of that nature that reward items outside of just rough AD. But you might want to have your characters geared a little bit more, using your quartermasters to get bound rank 7s for your alts, using your seals to get basic brave gear for your alts, and then using invocation to get them a decent number of power points. I would say you could make a considerable alt army that way. But right now I'm only concerned with the refinement points, rough AD, and the celestial coffers that I can get. That is why I invoke 6 times per day. At least try to invoke 6 times per day on every one of my characters. I'm getting a little bit of extra rough AD when I open an overlevel reward that gives me rough AD, depending on what my invocation bonus points are. So that's why sometimes you see 30,000, sometimes you see 34,000 and change, sometimes you see 40,000. It all depends on what my invoke astral diamond points are on that particular character. Because you get those invoke points when you invoke, and then they're automatically used whenever you do something that would reward you with rough AD. Like that one was 45,000, because it rewards you at a 50% rate. So since I get 30,000 rough astral diamonds, if I have 15,000 or more invoke points, then I would get 45,000 total rough AD, because it would give me the 30,000 from the overlevel reward, and then the additional 15,000 from my invocation points. Basically, it's just another way to use your invoke points. Now, if I do put everything together from all of my alts, which I will after the video. I'm not going to do it right now because of the amount of time that it would take to put everything together. But I would say I probably will end up with a couple stacks of black opals and flawless sapphires, considering each character is getting about 8 black opals, 8 to 10. So I have 53 characters. Well, actually, I got rid of one because I needed a character slot for something. So I have 52 at the moment that have overlevel rewards on them. The 53rd one was just brand new for Summer Festival, so he had like 2 overlevel rewards. Didn't get anything. Both overlevel rewards were black pearls, so I just turned them into refinement points and deleted the tune. I'll end up remaking it for the Winter Festival, though. It's super easy. I just need to get the character to level 15 for the Winter Fest, so that takes all of 5 minutes. Whatever the time is to do the tutorial. Yeah. About 13 to 20 overlevels on these alts, and most of these alts are not getting the rough AD. That's alright, though. They are still getting refinement points. Flawless Sapphires, after the event, you can get about 1,000 diamonds per. Black Opals, you're lucky to get about 3,000 and change per. So you can still make a decent extra bit of AD off of the overlevels. You just have to wait. You have to be patient, do your invokes, be patient, open the XP rewards at the right time, and then hold on to the refinement until after the event, and then sell the refinement. Black pearls are really weird. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they don't. If you have the inventory space to hold on to them till after the event, hold on to them. Otherwise, you can just convert them into refinement points and use those refinement points yourself, which is what a lot of my friends do. They just convert straight to refinement points, use the refinement points, and then go from there. Alright, so this is my last character. He probably has, yep, about 12. 12 overlevel rewards. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, you get the little bags from Invocation. He got 20 of the companion books, 10 of the regular Tomes of Experience, which if we use all of those, that's about half of an overlevel. And then, of course, for refinement points, we have 20 black pearls, 12 flawless sapphires, and 12 black opals. So, not bad on refinement. 12,000 there, about 36,000 there, and I don't know, a few thousand for the black pearls. So, maybe 40,000 total worth of refinement on a good day right there. But that was overall a lot of overlevels. I mean, even if you figure 20 per 50 characters, that's a good extra couple hundred. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can follow me on Twitter so you never miss an upload, or join my Discord channel. If the video was helpful and encouraged you to spend your overlevels now at the most optimum time, please go ahead and leave a like on it, as well as share it. That greatly helps me out with the searchability of videos here on YouTube. And until next time, stay frosty.